Just go back to Tumblr. Tumblr has its own problems, I think. Also, Tumblr was not a place to, like, talk about things, at least. It was just, like, kind of like Twitter, almost, right? Maybe I was using Tumblr wrong, but I mainly used it to look at pretty pictures. Rather than, like, have, like, actual discussion. Tumblr died and they removed not safe for work content, and then 90% of the user base moved to Twitter. Yeah, and then Twitter then re-added or re-allowed not safe for work stuff. Pretty pictures? Yeah, okay, I will admit, sometimes, maybe when I was using Tumblr for pretty pictures, there were pretty pictures of women in, like, I don't know, nice outfits. Or, like, Gene Famous would have them. Like, tied up in shibari. But it's not like... There was, like, artistic taste to it, not necessarily just smut. You know? Code? Artistic taste? Yeah! Like, appreciating the art of the pictures. You're into that Gene Famous shit, too? I like how you're saying it like Gene Famous is the one that's the creator of shibari. She is? Damn! That would make Jets, like, really old. Because I'm pretty sure shibari is, like, fairly old practice, is it not? Let's look into the history of shibari. Shibari. When were you invented? When did Japanese bondage start? The 1600s. Oh, do not look it up. It is a very not safe for work Wikipedia page. What a surprise. Who looked at robes and thought that's hot? I don't know how fetishes form. It's like something in your brain, right? Something in your brain is like, hey, that looks pretty good to me. That's it, right? I think there's a Northern Line bit about that, where it's like, what if you were like a caveman, but you had a thing for like fucking cars? But you were born like thousands and thousands of years too early to ever know the existence of a car, so you never got to get your rocks off about fucking cars. Because you would never know, right? It's indoctrination or past experiences. Yeah, there's some sort of like... I think it's because, I think there's one reason as to why people form or gain fetishes is it's like, it's your exposure to something when you're going through puberty, right? I think is like part of the reason, right? I think it's like, it's something to do with your exposure to things whilst you go through puberty affects your fetish. The development of what fetish you get. So, for example, I can explain some of mine. I was a swimmer. I was a professional swimmer going through my formative years. Anyway, through your adolescence, right? I think the way that fetishes and interests develop is, the theory is, it is basically based on what you are surrounded by and seeing when you are of the age when you start going through puberty and you get like the kicker hormones, right? And you start developing, I guess, like a sexual interest, I guess. Right? It's just the theory, yeah. So, for example, I was around swimmers, right? I was around swimmers a lot when I was younger. So I was basically around people my age being in peak physical condition in skin-tight swimsuits that were, like, when they get wet, they become reflective and shiny, right? And I think that's probably where my interests come from, right? Is that association. Is if I could, I don't know, psychoanalyze myself. That is my assumption, right? Is that would be where it comes from. And then there was also media like Police Spies, right? Do people not normally like fit ladies in swimsuits? Yeah, but you're not like not everyone is always just like surrounded by like people their age in like skin tight swimsuits all the time. Whereas like literally like every day. Like every day I was surrounded by people my age in swimsuits, right? Competitive swimsuits are different to beach swimsuits? Yes. Yes. Humans are weird? Yeah. Yeah. The material's not supposed to turn you on. Disney made people into furries? Probably, right? Like, if people watched, I don't know, one of the old classic 2D Disney films whilst going through puberty and they gained, like, a sense of attraction to the characters and they happen to be furry. Like, I don't know, what are the characters from, like, Zootopia? Like, if some kid was, like, a 13, 14-year-old and watching Zootopia and they see the police bunny girl, or Lola bunny, or, like, what else is yeah, Nala from The Lion King, right? They're gonna go, huh? And that might have an impact on their, I guess, interest. Disney made furries. It's kind of interesting that the Disney's shift from 2D to 3D resulted in, I don't know, a lot of those stories not being made anymore, right? I guess they made a 3D animated Lion King, so that's not necessarily true, but that's just a remake. Hey, handsome. Come here often. Ah.